I would like to underline that in our language the term present has two meanings. One, related to the reality of an object, and the other, the placing of that object in a certain moment of time. Each application of the birth or emanation of everything should be in the present, for the birth-giving or source of emanation, in order to be real in the corresponding plane of manifestation of life. Therefore, the formula of suggestion, hypnosis, must be read as, you are doing this or that, and not, you will do it, or you have done it. This should be carefully meditated upon in order to ensure good understanding. Any unchangeable metaphysical or scientific thesis is also formed in the present. Impressions which you may describe as belonging to the past or future will not be accepted by anyone as real. At the best of times, they may be considered only as vague terms for reflection or hallucination, and so on. Coming back to our ternary, I would like to quote the saying of Fabre d'Olvet, that the world's history shall be realized in the mystical triangle. See Figure 6. Providence illuminates the present with its light. 1. Humanity's will tends to be the creation of the future, but it is restricted by fate, which controls this striving by means of the past. If humanity's will is allied with the enlightening influence of destiny, then it is stronger than fate. In such cases, the history of humanity has an evolutionary character. 2. If humanity closes its eyes to the influence of destiny and tries to fight fate, then it is impossible to forecast the exact result. Everything depends upon the relation of the forces of humanity and its fate. 3. If humanity consciously fights fate, which has been reinforced by hints from Providence, and then forgets to listen to the voice of Providence, the will of humanity will be defeated and no results will accrue from such a hopeless struggle. 4. If humanity joins its efforts with those of fate, despite negative advice from the side of Providence, then the results will be very strong and very much felt. Then historical development removes the world from the principles of harmony, and errors have to be rectified by way of realization of the ultimate aims of the universe. At such times, the history of humanity becomes involutionary instead of evolutionary. It is interesting now to look at the reflection of the mystical triangle of Fabre d'Olvet, Figure 6. Providence has a representative in the individual human being. It is called conscience. It is absolutely neutral, and neither attacks nor acts as a brake, but only enlightens the path, showing how one has to neutralize, at a particular moment, the important binary, good and evil. Man's will may determine future happenings, but it is limited in their choice by karma. This karma is like a general record of all previous incarnations of a man's soul. The first time he may be born in good conditions for acquiring wisdom, or as we may say, with a clean karma. But he commits sins, and therefore in the next incarnation he still has to purify his karma, apart from the primary problem of learning the wisdom of life, which cannot be devoid of struggles and sufferings. Of course, in the second birth, karma puts him in much less propitious conditions. The next incarnations proceed according to the law which burdens and corrects karma, until it is completely clear. A much burdened karma, which cannot be repaired by one's own conscious efforts, is partially repaid by the very element of suffering in the particular incarnation. The sufferings with which karma sometimes burdens a man can be so strong that they partially redeem it, even despite his full lack of cooperation and consciously evil intentions. The following combinations are possible in the mystical triangle. 1. Man's will together with his conscience acting against karma results in the purification of karma. 2. Will together with karma opposed to conscience, egoistic opportunism, results in apparent success in life, but with a further burdening of karma. 3. A fight of will against karma, without the participation of conscience, gives results which cannot generally be forecast, as everything depends upon the relation of the forces, will and karma. 4. Will fighting against united karma and conscience results in an unsuccessful life and the burdening of karma. Ternaries like those analyzed in this Arcanum, that is, which are quite open groupings of 3 degrees of one and the same manifestation, we will call absolute ternaries. I will also try to liken them to other ternaries, which may require a different point of view. Such ternaries will be termed analogous, being bound symbolically or conditionally with some absolute ternary. Two examples of similar ternaries follow, one from nature and another from ritual symbolism. Look at the human organism and divide it into three parts. These will be head, thorax, and abdomen. Analogously, connect the head with the mental plane, because the manifestation of mental work in incarnate man is related to the functions of the brain. The thorax should be connected with the idea of the astral plane, because, when working on the astral plane, physical exercises of adepts deal first and foremost with breathing and its rhythm. The abdomen symbolizes the physical plane because the normal functions of the intestines are connected with the process of renovation of the body cells. So we have an analogous ternary. Now read it in a slightly changed outer form. The activity of the head rules over the distribution of the nervous energy, the thorax over the restoring of the vital force in the blood, and the abdomen over the tissues by the circulation of lymphatic fluids. We can test to see if this somewhat artificial division is a practical one by seeking three subplanes in the head. The eyes will represent mentality. This is because you apprehend the activities of others by your sight. The nose may act as an astral representative of the head, because with its help it is often possible to judge, superficially of course, about the state of the thorax from a pathological point of view. The throat can be considered as the representative of the physical plane, the messenger of the abdominal region, about whose troubles we can often judge by the state of the tongue or mouth.